was just going to start, and I was just gonna start my "there's no one here, but I'm gonna start anyway" speech. So, hello, welcome to, or well, thank you for interrupting. I didn't really know what to do, so I'm just kind of hanging out. I was actually going to, if people joined earlier, you got in here in time then? Yeah, just about. If y'all had gotten here earlier, I would have done, what's it? Would have done, like, vote to see what we're doing. Just chatting? No, it's Minecraft now. I don't know if it updated. It's Minecraft. The just chatting was because I was gonna, like, let people choose. Gonna let y'all choose what I was gonna do, and then no one showed up, so Minecraft. Because I wanted to mess around in my build, world. God, I forgot that looks like that. Oh no. Eh. Terrible. Cool. Better. Remember this world? There's a bunch of mushroom things in here for some reason. Not for some reason, because I thought it was fun. I actually did add more things since I was last here, or last streamed this. I added these ones over here. Because I was looking up different types of mushrooms, and one that came up was, they're called inky caps, I think. And they look really cool. I was wondering if I had particles off. And they look really cool because they have like this black, I don't know what it is, but it looks like ink, and they drip from the mushrooms. So I made these. As I was hanging out and playing around. And then I also made this one because I needed more generic housing. I was trying to decide how I wanted to like format this whole city, because it's supposed to be a city, and I'm terrible at city design. So yeah, we kind of got to figure out how to do that. Usually cities have paths, but I don't really want to do that. I don't really want to add paths everywhere. Mostly because it takes forever, and yeah, it's mostly because it takes forever. And I'm bad at terraforming. How are you? What's up? By the way. I had already started here. Do I want to use green? Or do I want to use grass? Who? I'm sorry, who are you talking about? It's also very funny because that entire story does not have Pink interacting at all. It's second person. It's the fun part about second person. You're confused and sleepy, that's okay. I wrote a thingy. And it's in a writing club. That's actually a thing. That was actually gonna be an option of what we were gonna do today if y'all showed up early. No, it's no big deal. I can't switch over because I'm not really invested in doing. I made you do your Duolingo lesson? How did I make you do it? But lol, that's funny. Point is, yeah, the point is one of the options was we go through what I wrote and also other things, because, you know, trying to get back on a writing kick, this is a good start. Yeah, this was a good start. I would like to do more. And also just kind of talk about it, because we all know I like talking about writing. I was actually gonna save it until you redeemed fun fact and be like, here, take that. Because I thought it would have been funny. I actually don't want the spire here anymore. I kept it here because it was cool. Fun fact? Oh, wow, yeah. Well, it's already been posted, so I can't do that thing anymore. I can't do the joke anymore. Hey, for your fun fact, do you want to talk about the writing thing? Because again, I'm not really... I started doing Minecraft because I put on Minecraft because I wanted to do something, and I didn't want to play Dwarf Romantic again because I've been playing that a bunch, but I don't really want to play Minecraft, to be completely honest. Hi, baby! Yeah, I don't really want to play Minecraft, to be completely honest, so do you want to talk about the thing I wrote? You want to... I really should be playing Minecraft more often. It's like, it's a fun game, I swear it's a fun game, but I've been feeling, okay, cool. I've been feeling very buildery. You know what? With a lore question, it's not easy. Cool, I can just talk about my writing process because that's fun. We're gonna do that. I'm gonna do that because I'm annoying like that. I'm not a Minecraft streamer. I haven't been a Minecraft streamer in months. I want to start a Minecraft project that I actually want to finish and like I have an idea of, and I do have one in mind. Mostly because I was planning to create this in the real world, and then I couldn't do it for other reasons. But I can do it in Minecraft, and then I might also make it a real life version of it. So we might do that. What am I doing? We'll put us into just chatting, because yeah, there we go. This is more like a random question. Did you find the candy on the table in your story because I was worried that I may have messed something up there? No, absolutely not. FYI, we have a council server. Oh yeah, the Minecraft server. I did remember that. Again, I don't play Minecraft. No, you didn't mess up anything. You're good. I'm being summoned? I'm being summoned somewhere? Where am I being summoned? Why am I being summoned? 1 second. Doing a little lore not too long ago. Ooh, cool. Okay, I'll check it out. We'll see what if I do a bunch with it. But yeah, Kai, you're... I'm being told. Which one? We might have a mod join. Okay. Strange. Yeah, we might be having a mod come join us. I'm not sure which one. If they want to join, that's fine, but I would love to know beforehand. Am I doing something? Oh, hello. What's up, baby?
Who was that ping?
Who is Pink?
Ping.
Oh, Ping. What do you mean?
Hang on.
I don't know what's happening.
Huh?
No, you're good. You're good. Just continue on whatever you're saying.
Like, dreaming right now?
Am I dreaming?
Streaming.
I'm streaming, yes.
Okay. What are you streaming?
I was streaming Minecraft before, but now I'm going to be talking about the thing I wrote. A thing I wrote.
Okay.
Do you want to hang out? You can stay.
Yeah, no, cause I'm walking home right now, so I'm like bored.
Okay. Kusu says hi, hi. Kusu says exactly. OMG, hi, Elastic, Elastic. It's me, Elastic.
Oh my
Elastic,
god.
Elastic, Elastic.
I can't see chat. I'm on my phone walking home.
It's fine. I wrote a thing for council lore because the council is restless and I felt like it, so I wrote a thing for council lore, and now I got a fun fact redeemed, so we're gonna talk about it because I can, and I want to. How are you doing, baby?
That's bright. Me?
Yeah, you.
Fine.
You are? Wonderful. What are you... Nah.
Yeah.
I was gonna ask, what are you walking home from? I don't know why I paused. Work. Ooh, how was that?
It was fine.
Yay. Okay. So, it's a mod with the cool voice. Kaha's in chat and is, fawning over you.
I don't think my voice is that cool.
You're cool, baby. You're so cool. You have fans, that's it.
Wow, so swag.
So swag. It's a really short thing. It's 1,030 words. I was being very dramatic. It's in second person, and the title is so dumb. The title is very fun for me to come up with because it took me 2 seconds, even though I was like, I have no clue what to title this, but it took me 2 seconds once I got the idea in my head. And the title is "But the Apple is Sweeter," because of course we love biblical illusions. I'm so stupid. The full title is technically "But the Apple is Sweeter Than the Bliss of Ignorance," but that's way worse. That's so much worse. So we're just going with "The Apple is Sweeter," because...
You sound like an A24 film.
I'm so sorry. Yeah. Bridge equals religion? No. No, Redacted has some religious nonsense going on in their head. It's a full different thing. Anyway. Shall we read it, actually? Because it's really short, and Elastic hasn't seen it, and neither has Kaha. We'll read it, it's fine. Summary. This isn't how this works. This isn't how you are supposed to work. This isn't right. What did you do? Because, of course, dramatic. I'd be fine with reading this. For some reason, having you in VC makes it me feel much more awkward. Anyway.
I don't know what to tell you.
It's not your fault. I'm just being weird. I have to move my...
Sorry, can you hear the cars in the background?
I cannot, no.
Okay, good.
But yeah, you have to listen to me be dramatic and weird. Again, this is all in second person, so... Kuso says I better not be the mod with the loser voice. No, that's me. I'm the mod with the loser voice.
Like you were officially dubbed that?
I was not officially dubbed that, but this is my stream, so of course I'm the bottom of the pyramid.
But you're not a mod.
Yes, I am.
You're like...
I'm the only mod who does work.
Well, that's because you keep streaming when I'm at work.
I'm so sorry, baby. Anyway, it's because I stream when I'm not at work.
Yeah, well, I am, so...
I know. Which we've seen very clearly whenever we try to do D&D sessions. Which, by the way, do you know who the person is who does not have Monday off?
No.
Because I'm upset about that, because it's like the one time I have Monday off, and it's like, oh, that's perfect, we can do D&D on Monday, and someone's not available. Anyway. Okay, Kuso's being cute in chat, that's fine. Anyway. This, it's not fic. It's not a fic. Because it is technically, well, it's technically fiction. It's not a fanfic, it's technically original fiction of my own thing, but it feels like a fan fiction. Anyway, Kaha wants...
your own
Yes, I'm a fan of my own fiction. But it's also maybe canon? We'll have to see. Kaha wants more Elastic content. Anyway, that's not what this is about.
How would that even work?
Stream? I don't know. I don't know.
I don't have time.
Yeah, I don't know.
Sometimes.
Anyway. I'm stalling. Can you tell I'm stalling?
Yeah,
It's
really
also-
pathetic.
It's very hot in my room too.
It's really hot outside.
It's so hot today. I'm so happy I didn't have to go outside, but my parents refused to turn on the air conditioning, so it's not much better because my room is bad. Is bad for
Do
heat.
they like give you fans at least, or what?
There's a ceiling fan.
Yeah, but your
That's it.
ceiling fan is like garbage.
Yeah, I know. I just hide in the basement because it's cold in the basement. It would be so cool to have an elastic art stream. We've tried, or we've talked about it. Not necessarily we've tried, but we've talked about it.
Yeah.
Anyway, we'll do more of the Aggie streams, Aggie EO. That
And
one.
during the Aggie streams, like I don't do anything. But like if it was just like you watching me do something, then I'm pretty sure I would be able to do something. But,
Okay,
like,
if you want, we can do
wanted-
that.
Yeah, but like if you wanted like me on an
Hey.
Aggie, yeah, that wouldn't work.
Hey, you do content for me to talk over, kind of thing. Yeah, I've also talked to Kuso about doing that. It's fine. We'll talk about it later. Let's start this stupid thing. Look at you. You are small. You have an undefined body shape. The scribe likens you to an amoeba. You have pseudopods. Most of your body is pink. That is you, isn't it? You're pink? You are, aren't you? Perhaps it should be pink, capital P, but the scribe might not take too kindly to a capitalization. But you are pink, yes? You like pink, and your body is pink, and when the scribe or the council need to refer to you directly, though the council should not be referring to you directly, they call you pink. You are an admin. Barely, but an admin nonetheless. The master brought you out for that writing tablet. That's actually a mistake. I had originally, whenever scribe shows up, I had originally written master because I could not think of a better alternative, because I don't want to refer to technically me as the master because that doesn't feel right. The term that feels the most correct is nucleus, but nucleus sounds dumb, so when
This
I
guy's
went with the scribe.
stalling.
What?
This guy is stalling.
This guy is stalling, but that's also the point of this stream, that I'm talking about this whole thing. This is an error. I have to go back and edit it. Because I had manually replaced all of the uses of the master with scribe because I was typing in my notes app on my phone because I did not have internet on my phone at work because where I was typing it. And then I wrote it down, I put it into Google Docs to like just check it over, and then I didn't do find and replace to double check because I was like, it's fine, I probably got them all, whatever. And now I look stupid, so it's fine. I'll fix it later. Anyway, the scribe brought you out for that writing tablet. That was your role, looking out for it. Well, but the scribe so rarely uses it, so the scribe rarely ever needs you. Me messing up again. That says master. The scribe uses the writing tablets to try and teach, no? Latin at first, but then later for annotations? Yes, that sounds right. Do you know Latin? No, you wouldn't, would you? You were there for the Latin and the annotation, but you weren't there for the lesson. You kept the tablet in check. You were supposed to, at least. That's nothing to say about your actual success. You're a glorified computer stand. You sit there and look pretty, or something. Of course, the scribe does most of the work herself, doesn't she? You hold the connection, but what does that really do in the end? Why does the scribe keep you around? I cannot read! Every day I wake up and my eyes need glasses more and I keep ignoring it. Anyway, move my computer closer.
Maybe you should just put your glasses on.
I could put my glasses on, but I hate putting my glasses on.
You should just get different frames.
It's not that, it's having something on my face.
Then you should like gouge your eyes out.
That's true. I do have an eye doctor appointment on Tuesday, so, but that's for a specialist. That's because my right eye is still messed up, but and I think that actually might be the problem because I have the brightness on really high on my computer for no reason. The role you're brought for is rarely ever needed, and you barely do anything when you're doing your job. Is he fond of you? That must be it. The scribe is prone to decommissioning redundant creations. He doesn't like it when things are no longer of use. Not always, though. Sometimes he lets them linger. I look back at Chad and Kav says, "Did you develop heterosexual yet?" And I'm so confused. What's being said? Who's Why are you talking? What are you all saying? Oh my god. Okay, no, they're playing. they're playing Roblox. Never mind.
I love Roblox. I was just thinking about it earlier.
No, I don't have heterochromia. Not yet.
Not
Possibly.
yet.
Okay, so the thing. Tangent. The thing that's wrong with my eye is possibly a condition. I think it's technically called a disease, but I have no clue.
Whoa,
That
this guy's disease.
that has the possibility of making the color in my eye change, and so would give me heterochromia. That's actually part of the name. It's like fuse heterochromic erysipelas or something like that. I don't know. I remember. But like that's one of the like main.
This guy's part of the Uchiha clan.
Visual aspects of it. It doesn't always happen with people. Even with people who have it, if they have darker eyes, it doesn't always result in heterochromia, but it can. I don't have heterochromia. Anyway. Scribe especially dislikes when rules are broken. You like squid, don't you? Look, it's pink too, just like you. This was originally supposed to be the Discord emoji for the squid, but I don't believe that works in AO3 processing, so it has to be squid in square brackets. So imagine that. Just imagine that when you see that, because it appears like once more in the story. Anyway, look, it's pink, just like you. And friends? You like friends. You made friends. How did that go? You thought the council members were welcoming. They said hello. They spoke to you in Morse because you have trouble with English. You thought they were kind. Yes, kind. It made you happy to be around them. You want to talk to them again. You want to go in again. You know you aren't allowed. Of course you wouldn't be allowed. Why in the name of anything and everything would you ever be allowed? The council members are not for you. You are not for the council members. You should never have entered the council rooms in the first place. Have you not been decommissioned? Oh, how have you not yet been decommissioned? Sometimes I don't actually know what my wording is. It's great. Oh. Oh no. Scribe doesn't know. Scribe doesn't know. The scribe doesn't know. This shouldn't be possible. You can't be unknown to the scribe. You are a part of the scribe. The scribe is you. How? Oh, sweet potential and the possibility of change. You aren't. The scribe isn't you. You aren't the scribe. Not anymore. Not completely, at least. How did you do that? How are you that? That's why the scribe hasn't unmade you yet. He doesn't feel you anymore. You come when called for the task you were given because it's the only thing you've ever known. So the scribe doesn't notice you being gone, but you aren't Zur's anymore. You're developing individuality. You have become your own. Oh, this is not good. Pink. Admin. Ugh. You know this isn't good. You know what'll happen to you if they find you. If they find any individual. Admins don't have the same protections as council members do. You were out here. You have a connection to out here, which means they have access to you. Being part of the scribe was the only thing that camouflaged you before. They'd never take from... it should say scribe again, but whatever. But you wouldn't be taken from... 4 times that I've fully forgotten to replace the words. Damn it. I'm gonna cry. Wait, what the hell is Bridge reading? It's a thing I wrote for the council. Counselor. Who is this? It was a lore event you missed.
It was a lore event, like in Gashka game. Oh yeah! 3 weeks! Special event. come give us your microtransactions.
Yeah, it was an event that happened. It was a QuickTime event, happened, went past. Some people interacted, some people missed it.
Triangle.
Who is Pink? Pink is my color. Pink is an admin. We'll talk about it after. Don't worry about it. Can't believe you missed the QuickTime event. You failed, Kusa. Anyway, as you probably wouldn't notice if you were gone. Oh, stagnation. You need to hide. You really, really need to hide. Do you understand? Get out of here. In there, you'll get some protection. Remorse code. What? Yeah. It's a whole thing. Don't worry about it. I'll talk about it after. Yes. Yes, it'll be easier for the scribe to find you. The scribe's the least of your problems. I really didn't edit this at all. If the scribe finds you, the worst that can happen is that you'll be decommed, reabsorbed. So you might just archive you or reassign you if you're lucky. If they find you, those terrible, all-consuming beasts, they won't just unmake you. They'll unmake the idea of you. They'll pick apart your seams and pull out your stuffing, and you won't even be a puppet because there'll be nothing of you left. You'll become one of them, a stock photo, a demo reel, sample text. Less than a shell, because at least a shell will still retain the shape of what it once was. You'll lose liking Squid. You'll lose Morris. You'll lose friends. You'll lose your cloak and your eyes and your name. You'll lose Pink. All of it. Everything will be gone if you don't hide. This was also a mistake. This was actually because I don't have italics in my notes app on my phone, so I was just putting things in the slashes, and I was supposed to change it, but I actually like how it looks here, so I'll probably leave it. Anyway, so go. Go. I'll hide your tracks. Oh no. Oh no. What did you do? What did you do to me? That's not supposed to happen. There's not supposed to be an I or a me. It was fine before. Things were fine as they were, and it was safe, and there was only the worry of what the scribe wanted or needed. Not this. Not this individualism. I can't say words. Individualism. Not this point of view or perspective. There shouldn't be another perspective. This is about you. This is a mess. This is a complete and utter mess. This flash, bang, wish. That shouldn't be wish, that should be whoosh. Scrape. This will take too much time. Never mind. It's fine. It'll be fine. Just go hide. Find somewhere enclosed and unique and within the walls of the council rooms. Do not come back out here. Do not enter the walls. Stay away from the archive. Go protect yourself. Get yourself out of here. It'll work itself out. It will be fine. I'll be fine. That's the thing! It's dumb! It's dumb and it's stupid and it was fun. This infamous stream and very important one. So actually the existence of Pink is not from a stream. The existence of Pink was again, QuickTime event that happened in the council. Live roleplay. Anyway. Kuso and Elastic are the only real people here? Technically, yes. Also, no. They can go in and out of the council. That's also true. You miss live roleplay? Yes. They were so kind and sweet. They were straight up a robot. Not really.
Speeding.
Huh? Oh, no.
If I was, like, walking, like, 10% faster and not looking...
You'd get hit by a car.
Run me over.
Oof.
Yeah.
Damn.
Whatever.
Anyway, yeah, so technically you and the admins have like so Pink is an admin. The people want Kuso lore. That's up to you, baby. That's literally how this works. This is kind of like this is a D&D situation. I'm the game master and all the NPCs. The people who are here are their own characters. If you want lore, you have to put lore in. You gotta give yourself lore. I'm so sorry, I can't do it for you. You can literally like tell me what you want and I can help implement it, but it has to come from you because I can't force you to do lore. I throw lore until it sticks. That is, yeah. Kai has a bit of lore. Kai has a bit of lore. Polly got assigned lore by every other people because of their their tendency to not show up to like wander out and then wander back in. That's a thing. Yeah. What was I saying? Oh yeah, admins. So the admins are little blobby creatures that run around in the walls, technically behind the walls, but we'll say in the walls, and do all the things that need to be done. There are a handful of them. Then they're all color-coded because all of them look like, Actually, let's see if I can find or show the picture. 1 second. Because they're all blobby-looking thingies, and they're very funny for that. They're not really, they're like slugs that look like they're made out of fabric. Most of the fabric is whatever color that they're assigned. What am I looking for? I'm looking for fan art. That's
Okay, I got a dip.
That's okay. Thanks for saying
See
hi.
if I'll come back. Bye.
Hi. That's
Now
okay.
goodbye.
Okay, bye-bye. Bye-bye, baby. Okay. And give me this one as well. Give me 2 of them. So we got these ghost, the shrimp colors. What about the shrimp colored admins? The pink? Well, we're getting there. We got this photo and this one, which is basically what the admins kind of look like, except I'm imagining more of this. Can you see my? You can't see my cursor. Oh, there's my cursor. I'm imagining more of this shape, and less arms, like in Kai's drawing. No, I meant the colors that humans can't see. Probably, but you only know of a handful. But yeah, they have more of the blobby shape, but have less of the characteristics of like the people characteristics. Like in this one, what they do have is they have no arms, that they're more blobby, and they have like this kind of face space, and they have eyes that you can see, and that's basically it. I did draw them on the what's it called, on the Agio stream. I did draw pink because I was asked to draw pink, and it was like a blob with a face. That's basically it. That's what pink looks like. That's not what I want. What am I doing? Okay, give me back my screen. Oh. So, there are the known admins are pink, and then I think you've met red and green before, or not met, but you know of red and green, and then I don't know if you've met or you know of any of the other admins. Red and green are like the main ones, the blobos. Yeah, they're my blorbos, but they're blobs, so then yeah, blobos is correct. So stupid. They are just like extensions of in the lore. I guess technically they're no, I don't know what I'm saying. Technically, parts of this is canon, but yeah, they're extensions of me. Yellow admin where? Yeah, there's a yellow admin, but I cannot tell you what yellow admin does because I haven't shown up. Give me my stupid screen back, Jesus. There is a yellow admin. Actually, might have also met yellow admin, or not met. Again, know of, I don't know. But like red and green are the main ones. They do most of the stuff. They're basically like they run around in the background and do all the things that Streamer Bridge technically doesn't do. You got an Etsy order pins, nice. Do on your Eat a Bag, in your Eat a Bag, I don't know, whatever. Yeah, and then pink as Lucky Duck. Yeah, so much money. Again, what am I saying? The pink is the admin of the technically all the teaching streams because I use the second monitor, but basically is the admin who lets me stream from my other computer to Discord to stream or to put on stream, and that's their role. That's what they do, and that's like the only thing they do. Even though like Red and Green have so many so many jobs, and because for meta reasons I have to have another Discord account to do that, to like stream and then be able to display the stream on my other computer. Pink got a Discord account that was their, like, technically their own, so they at some point, possibly in I don't remember if it was April or May, it might have been May, but they came into the council room and they started to talk, quote unquote talk. That's not, they can't really talk, they can't really speak English, not really. And then a few people were there. It was Kai, it was Cream, I think Debbie missed it. Kai, were you there? I don't remember. I just remember that Kai and Cream were talking to Pink in binary code, which is very funny because at no point does Pink ever speak back to them in binary. I don't know why they're in binary. I just think that's funny, but yeah. And then so that's why Pink got like a personality. And that's like it. That's the only reason Pink got a personality, because they had, or well, I'm using the term the pronoun they, but technically all the admins would have its like it /its pronouns, because they're not people. Maybe Pink earns other pronouns, but technically would be it's because it's like their arms. I'll be here, stop befriending me, like, it's my friend. So sorry for you, my dude. Pink is unable. Well, okay, so at the time, it really was like a misplaced item kind of thing, and it wasn't really. It wasn't supposed to be talking to you. I hadn't really figured out a bunch of lore for Pink yet, or really like the admins in general. And then writing this, I got a bunch. We got a bunch in there. So let's talk about it. Yeah, let's talk about what I have actually. What's going on here? First of all, the title, because I think I'm funny and clever. It obviously a reference to the. I already have the lighter. I want to cook. Pink, do we have a grill? No. You also don't have a lighter. We don't allow There's one place in the council rooms that has fire, and you are not able to access it. Anyway, starting with the title, obviously it's a reference to the Bible, specifically to, it's not necessarily an apple in the Bible, but everyone knows it as an apple, but the forbidden fruit in the Garden of Eden, that basically allows humans to tell the difference between good and evil, but it also gives them kind of awareness and like biblical references. Yeah, I know. But yeah, it gives them awareness and the ability to understand what they are and where they are and like what's happening, basically, more so than they were before. And I was referring to that because obviously Pink is not supposed to have this own personality that they've developed and like this individualism, and is not supposed to be able to make friends, but it's like, you know, broken out of that. Redacted religion arc. Redacted's religion arc. Redacted has so many weird religious tie-ins, honestly. The Bible and Pride Month, hey, this is for Redacted and Redacted only, leave me alone. Anyway, but yeah, the the full title, but the apple is sweeter than the bliss of ignorance, is part of that, because, you know, the phrase ignorance is bliss, so it's like not knowing is better than knowing. But in this case, and I feel like a lot of people's cases, and also for all of my stories, this is kind of the case. It's like the ability to choose and have free will and do your own thing is the point, is the important thing. It's like your uniqueness and individuality is a central theme in all the things I'm focusing on writing, and because this is kind of an offshoot of one of those stories, it's also important here. Because from a different dimension where time travel is possible, literally you can't be, but thanks anyway. So yeah, that's what that's about. The reason it is in a second person is because I do a little trolling, you're fine. The reason it's in second person is because I did not feel like I could write about Pink in the third person, because it wouldn't make sense for how the lore around admins is supposed to work. I tried, like, initially I did try to do a third person thing, especially because third person limited is a little bit easier for me, but doing third person limited would be where I would, like, hit a problem, because, again, they're not supposed to have, Pink's not supposed to have a perspective, or like a personal perspective, and even though it gets that, especially we see that it does kind of have that, in that it has like preferences and stuff like that, it's still a developing thing. I have to leave the Discord thing. That's actually really annoying. But yeah, it doesn't it doesn't really have an actual perspective itself, and it'd be awkward trying to write from a third person limited, because that has the implication that this being, whatever you're following, does have a perspective, and I just thought it would be strange. That, and also it doesn't really have like a body. It doesn't really have like something I could add physicality to, and it doesn't really exist in a space, especially in this story. It doesn't exist in a space that would be visible or describable to us mere humans. So that wouldn't have worked. And also I thought it would be fun to write like a condescending character to this cute little pink thing that's just honestly just trying to make friends. And that's what it started as, which is why we have like so Scribe rarely ever needs you, and no, you wouldn't, would you, kind of thing. Like this is why the narrator, who is tagged as a character because they fully gain consciousness in this. I feel bad about it, but they're now a character. Woo, good for them. Oh, hey, woo. They've good for them in quotations, because maybe it's not good for them. But yeah, they're tagged characters, so they're doing that, and it is like the narrator is kind of the council rooms themselves. Like, if you've ever heard me describing the pocket bunker, which is what the council rooms is based off of, I say, or I have said, that the bunker is possibly sentient, or some variation of that. And this is what I mean, like, it has the ability to kind of do things and to choose things and be a presence, but it's not really itself, or like its own thing, which is why you don't see, even though it would have been much easier, even though this is all in second person, you do not see a reference to the narrator itself until the very end, where it realizes that it used the term I'll hide your tracks, I'll do this. And I feel like it does happen a little bit quick, but there is that progression of it's very like cold and kind of closed off and mean to Pink in the beginning, like pointing out bad things, and it's like this I wanted it to sound kind of like threatening, even though nothing they're saying is inherently threatening. It's like, but it starts with the scribe especially dislikes when rules are broken, and then it pauses, and then it says something that, in the context of the admins, because the admins aren't supposed to have their own personality, they're just kind of supposed to be doing their jobs, because again, they're like, epidemic. There's 3 of them. Anyway, they're really just supposed to do what the scribe wants them to do, but so this is kind of like, knowing the lore, this gets kind of threatening, because the narrator 100% the walls of eyes and ears, sort of, yeah, and hands, to be honest. But yeah, it's supposed to be in a slightly menacing tone. Also because I'm writing that other thing in a podcast style, so it just felt fun. It was just fun to do the second person, because it's like someone's actually talking to you. But yeah, that's what these pauses are supposed to be doing. It's like, the scribe especially dislikes when words are broken. You like squid, don't you? Look, it's pink too, just like you. And friends? You like friends? You made friends? Pause, pause, pause. How did that go? And then it's like, it's just really, it's like, talking at Pink. And there's this realization here. The scribe does not know, is not aware of the admin, even though, again, all the admins are supposed to be an offshoot of Bridge and literally connected to them. So it's weird and it's off-putting and it's scary, especially for the narrator, who is like the wall of the council room and is like not in charge but connected to all these things. It's strange. It's like, you can't be unknown to the scribe. You are part of the scribe. The scribe is you. How? And then, because I thought it'd be fun, because despite my biblical allusions in the title, in this world, like, the Christian God technically doesn't exist, because the Christian God can't, because this is outside of any universe where there's even a possibility of the Christian God existing. So we have our little exclamations, this one being oh sweet potential and the possibility of change, because I think I'm funny. Again, like I said in the beginning, the very like core of a lot of what I'm writing is how the person, like, individualism of a person is the most important thing, and part of that is for mortal beings the ability to change and to be different. And also the hallway, which is where y'all are floating around in, is just made of change and potential. And so this was literally me going, in writing this, oh god, no, because I would narrate in my head and being like, wait, I can't use God, what would I use instead? So it became oh sweet potential and the possibility of change. There's another example of that, which is oh stagnation, which when I was originally narrating this to myself was oh hell, but again, hell doesn't exist in this in-between world either, quote-unquote world, in this in-between space, so it became stagnation, because obviously to stagnate is not moving, not changing, not, yeah, being different, so it's oh stagnation instead of hell. That would be considered more of a swear than potential and possibility of change, but yeah, I thought those were funny. I thought those were little dumb things that were very funny. It's called waiting polyplay TBH. Okay, but that's not in the council rooms. That's in the polyverse. That's a different. That's a parallel universe. That's a different universe. Okay, leave me alone. I did also mention the name the scribe instead of the master. It was originally the master because I couldn't think of anything, and master is what stuck. But I was looking up a bunch of different versions, and other things that were the possibilities were the author, the creator, and the editor. The editor was probably the closest to being correct. But the creator and the author felt too much like putting my hand in the pot. I don't know if that makes sense, but I think I've described it before that when I'm writing, it's not real. It doesn't really feel like I'm creating something. It's more like I'm being subjected to these things and I have to let them out somewhere, which is why I went with scribe, because like the purpose and role of a scribe a lot of times is to transcribe. So when people say things, or to like translate documents, or to write documents, but it's rarely ever their own things being said. It's mostly them communicating someone else's words, and I felt like that made a lot of sense for what I feel like my role in the story is. So that's why I went with scribe. Because I'll also come from a different dimension universe. So all of you technically do. The scribe is trans. What? Okay, 1 second. The scribe is trans? I mean, redacted is, but I wouldn't say the scribe is. In the story, I don't think, because it doesn't really work like that, but, you know, the scribe's not really a person. Scribe isn't transcribe. Yes, I get it. Haha. So, for the lore of all the people, even though you're a mod, so you have been elevated to scribe is transcribe, yeah, okay. You've been elevated to admin status with your control of the council. You're still, it's in the name, yes I know, you're still a quote-unquote PC, so you are from a different universe like every other person who, every other quote-unquote person who is part of the server. Because in the council rooms, would the timeout corner be hell? No. Absolutely not. It's part of the council rooms. So, have I explained the hall? Whatever. So all universes exist in their own right, but if you step outside of the universes, all of them are being connected by the ability, or by essentially potential and a change. That is what the hallway is. Like going to the multiverse condos. Yeah. Would book club be hell then? No. There is no hell. Cause it's the hallway, which is where the council room resides as a sort of semi-universe, semi-dimension. It's like a pocket dimension, essentially. Hence the name Pocket Bunker. But y'all reside in the council rooms in the hallway as it's a half dimension, so you do still sort of have access, because it's not as to the hallway as it is not as stable as actual universes. But the hallway is like this dark void, and it's dark not because there's like a lack of light, but mostly because there is nothing to light up. There was an ice cream truck outside and I got really distracted. I can hear it through my headphones and was like, what is happening? But yeah, it's like this we'll simplify it and say it is a dark, endlessly expanding void, where there are pinpricks of light, and each of these pinpricks of light are different dimensions, different universes, and a lot of them are actually along the same timeline, technically, and are connected through that, and actually like branch off from one another. So it's not time travel, because if you go out of the hallway and enter into what would be technically the past of your own timeline, you're creating a new different timeline, and it's not time travel. That's not how it works. You've destroyed the future, or well, not destroyed the future, but you have essentially nulled the future timeline in which you would be existing. So you can't do time travel. It's not real. Anyway, all of you are from one of these pinpricks of light, one of these universes, somehow, somewhere. I know exactly how you all got here, or at least the what would have brought you to this place. But the specifics of where you're from and like what's going on with that are iffy. I think so good. It's not time travel, okay? That's not how it works, because you're not going, it's a different universe. It's like, okay, take, you know how like a strip of film has it's like a specifics. You can, I'd have to like sign off on all of them to make them quote unquote canon, but for the most part you can write your own specifics. In my head, which means in canon, the reason that there are some PCs, I'm gonna refer to y'all as PCs because it's fun. We are not talking about time travel right now. I will get to it anyway. The reason that some PCs have more power than others is because y'all were part of y'all were taken from dimensions that were basically like absorbed to use the energy to create the council rooms. So if you influence Tam in any way, it's time travel bridge. Oh, time? No, you're not influencing time. That's the thing, because again, out in the hallway, time doesn't, there is no time because it's not in a universe. Nothing's supposed to be out here but potential and the ability to do things. It's yeah, that's kind of why it exists outside and around all the universes, because it's literally, it is the dust of which we all are made. Again, we're going back to biblical references, but it's a good start. It's a good way to explain what I'm talking about. But like, the hallway is stardust. It is atoms and undifferentiated atoms and stem cells and all of that stuff. It is the alphabet. It's like an alphabet or dictionary instead of a book kind of thing. Council room has British energy? Literally colonizer? No. Are colonizing my dimension energy? No. That's not how that works. It's not colonizing your dimension's energy, because that would imply that no. Okay, so technically how bunkers work, because council room is the bunker, is that it kind of steals. Okay, so it wouldn't be taken from it. I think it's more accurate to say that you and Elastic, because so you and Elastic were the first people in the council room, so you guys had the first kind of dibs on how things are created, because how the bunkers work is that somehow, somewhere, for some reason, individuals are plucked from their respective dimensions and brought to this place, and because people can't just be surrounded by literally nothing but the possibility of anything, their ability to think and have opinions and imagine things is what creates the bunker around them, which is why you can kind of go into whichever room that like you think of when you go through doors. It's because you're literally creating that as you go. Real life chronology. It doesn't really matter real life chronology. Y'all are from the same kind of grouping, the same kind of time period. But sure, you can be first if you would like. But yeah, which is also why, like, with the addition of new people, you get new rooms, because they can think of things themselves, and it actually creates those things in lore sense. Obviously, I have to create them for that to exist, but that's kind of the point of the lore. It's also why I say it's very much like D&D style, because you do have to create these spaces for yourself, and it also works in canon, in the lore, so I'm going with it, and it makes it easier for me. But it's very fun. I think it's a fun thing. I have no more water. that is it. Yeah, I can kind of create these spaces, physical spaces for people to be, but yeah. I have to finish reading that paragraph, but I will stretch. Have thoughts. Enjoy yourselves. Oh, also, another example of people literally, or like the council members literally creating the space y'all live in. Kuso has created a lot of my stream assets. So like my screens, which we will put on the Be Right Back screen, the starting screen, my Twitch emotes are Kuso's. So yeah, that's another example of that. I will be back. Am back. Also, that's another reason why I don't really like writing fanfiction. Or I guess like canon fanfiction. That sounds weird. Of actual council members, because the council members are a huge part of making the story what it is. You're not... That's this, I think, the biggest way that the council room differs from Pocket Bunker, because obviously in Pocket Bunker I control everything. They're all my characters and I can make them do and feel whatever I want them to. But with the council room, that's a big part of, I think, the appeal for me when it comes to lore, is that other people have different perspectives. But I can do headcanons and stuff. I know. I can. But like, again, big part of that is that it's not me doing the writing. It could be my version of it. Again, fully not the point. I lied, I had other water, but it's not a lot. It's the bottle. Anyway, going back to Kuso's long message. From different, I think it would be fun to allude to the fact that we became friends because early in our life we were chosen because of our unique skill set for and now we are close commands, people of other realms, I lasting care, and now we prosper doing our own things while also enjoying time with each other every so often. That's very cute. technically, yeah. Y'all were the first to be allowed into the world, but now that we have permanent residence, we don't need you all that often. So you were given powers and allowed to kind of diddle daddle around doing whatever, which would make you, I guess, more similar to another set of characters in a story that is also set in the hallway, or sort of set in the hallway, which is this. Can you have fire powers? No, you cannot. This story doesn't have a name for itself, like Team Lies or the Pocket Bunker, but it is about Goggles Kid and Newbie. What powers do I have? You can't really have powers. No, not really. You can fire them off, and then I'll tell you if you can have them. But for the most part, you can't really do anything that would like physically affect your environment like that. Yeah. Anyway, Goggles Kid and Newbie, who have kind of like, I noticed afterwards, but very much like a. No, I'm not gonna say it. You'll make fun of me. That's so stupid. I'm thinking about it now and it makes me mad. I was thinking about it earlier, but it didn't make me mad earlier. It was just a thing I was thinking. Anyway, but they, Goggles Kid has this tool. No, absolutely not. It's a tool that is, it started out being scissors. Say it. Fine. It's very, they have sort of, like, the style of their story was very Doctor Who style inspired. Like, this character who, you've been here the full time. A lot of lore has been said. I don't know if you missed it, that's on you. But yeah, very Doctor Who style. So this character who has access and the ability to travel to a lot of exciting places, and this rando who is honestly kind of just there to be really impressed by things, but they become friends and stuff like that, and like that's like their vibe, because Goggles Kid, yeah, I can see the resemblance. Yeah, exactly. Weirdo in a, what is it? Idiosyncratic? No, I don't think it is idiosyncratic. There's a word, but for like out of time. Not out of time, but like, oh well, whatever. Yeah, but they're weird costuming, and Newbie, who's just a guy, gender neutral, who's truly just some person, who's like, what the heck, what is happening here? What, is it not scissors anymore? It's not scissors anymore, because as I actually developed the lore of the hallway, it made less and less sense for them to be cutting into the fabric of reality, and makes more sense because obviously the windows are still there, because every world needs the ability to change and for potential to exist there, right? Which is it, they get it from the hallway, so there needs to be a little window there for the potential and stuff to go through, which is fun. So I liked the idea better of the tool that Goggles Kid had, to be some kind of hook to wherever you are in the universe, because technically the little window does encompass the entirety of the universe and can be anywhere in those moments in time. The hook can catch onto the edge of the universe and pull the window large enough that a person can step through. And the reason that tool in particular is so powerful is because it doesn't actually damage the kind of boundaries between an actually individualized universe and the hallway. Because when you do have damage like that, bad things happen. Whoa, we're getting to spoilers territory, so I'm not going to say much more about it. The real time travel is the friends we made along the way. No, time travel doesn't exist. It's not time travel. That's not real. Ha! It's not time travel, okay? It's not. Okay? It is like, I've said this, it is like, if you have a strip of film, and the timelines work like this. It's like you have a strip of film, and every single frame is a different universe. Every time, like, that's actually essentially what it is, because it's a snapshot of literally every moment that something changes anywhere in that universe at that, I guess, point in time. And because of course the the hallway is infinite, and there are an infinite number of universes and timelines, so you can just keep adding adding to it on and on forever and ever and ever, because infinity is exhausting to think about. But so each moment from those frames, like those movie frames, everything that can happen. So it's everything everywhere all at once. I've actually never seen that movie. Yeah, maybe, I don't know, probably. But yeah, like, everything can change from those instances, and so you get this wild array of branching off timelines from every single instance. And sometimes they cross over, sometimes two different events can lead to the same thing, essentially. But for the most part, they just make more and more universes. And it's not even, like, necessarily your timeline changes in any of these universes. So you can really, there's so many, probably an infinite number of universes where things for you are exactly the same, or are almost exactly the same, but slightly different. But for someone else, something different is happening, kind of thing. So yeah, when you go quote unquote back in time, because it's not really time travel, because you're not traveling through time, what you're doing is leaving your own time stream into the hallway. You're getting out of the hallway, which means time doesn't move for you, but you can see literally all the universes out forever, never ever. What you're doing is entering a new universe, essentially. It's not your time, it's not time traveling for you, but you are entering a new universe. And it does mess things up. It won't, like, whenever there's time travel media, there's always that thing of like, yeah, if you go back in time and meet yourself, you'll create a paradox and whatever. And it's like, no, that's not, you just become again, because of the individuality aspect, you become a different entity to whoever that person is. That is a form of time travel. So you say universe only to still be in denial? No, it's not time travel. It really isn't. That's not how this works. You can't time travel. No. Because the thing is, you can't even go back to your own timeline. Like, you have fully messed up your own, the actual time stream. It's different, okay? It's not real. I will preface this by saying, I'm not prefacing this because this has not happened before or anything, but I will say that, to be completely honest, the only reason the hallway does exist is because I was trying to create some kind of feasible way for time travel to happen. So, sure, if you want to categorize it as time travel, maybe, but no, technically it's not, because you can't actually change your timeline. And going out into the hallway makes it really messy, because now you've created something that if you exit into the hallway and then enter back, even if you're going back into the exact same moment you exited from, you've now created an entire entire timeline where you do not re-enter, because of course you have. Because that time, technically, like, time in the universe is always passing. which is how you get all the infinite universes. But in the hallway, everything looks static all the time. It's just the ability, the fact of infinity means you could never catch up to the quote-unquote present, right? Because all of them exist all the time. If you ever leave your own timeline of universes, you really do create some really weird things, and you can never correct them literally ever. And God, no, that's different actually. How y'all ended up in the bunker, in the council rooms, is different. Instead of you exiting of your free will the way that Goggles Kid and Newbie have, you were kidnapped. Yay! Or at least that's kind of the bunker reasoning for y'all being out here. But again, to create this space, and the need for this space, which is the council rooms, there needs to be individuals essentially believing in this space existing. Because without y'all in here to kind of agree that this space is here, it will dissolve again into potential and possibility, and the ability to change, and that's really literally nothing. It's potential energy, but it has not been converted into anything useful. But yeah, it's kind of like y'all were existing in your own universes and timelines, and then you got plucked. Sure, yeah, you can think of it as that. That was an idea I was kind of messing around with when I was thinking of like the bunker thing, because obviously you get the tropes that people are pulled in to help them, but I thought no, that was kind of overdone. So no, like very happy people who were content with their lives were actually stolen and taken away into the bunker, because the bunker does not discriminate and will literally take anyone or anyone to kind of be used. It started becoming more complex. Yeah, exactly. That's the whole point. Bunker lore-wise, Pocket Bunker lore-wise, there's this thing of you really only have access to the rooms that you know of and you can kind of imagine existing, but there are definitely, or there is the thought, the thought exercise of there could be thousands, if not millions of, or like, yeah, hundreds, thousands, millions of other people who are existing in their own kind of pockets of the bunker, that at least for the main characters in the Pocket Bunker series, that the main characters could never really reach because they can't imagine new people. Or they can't really find people like that, and that was an interesting thing for the Pocket Bunker, because obviously time doesn't pass in the bunkers because they're in the hallway and they're not their own universes. And weirdly enough, I don't think people can actually acknowledge that they're getting older in their present time, only is in like a retrospective sense. So they also can't invent time. Pocket of the bunkers, Pocket's bunker. Yeah, exactly. Pocket bunkers. Because, again, Pocket Bunker is a reference to the Pocket Dimensions, but whatever. But, what was I saying? Yeah, it's like because of that whole thought process, one character, Israel, is thought to be the person who has been in the Pocket Bunker for quote-unquote the longest, or at least has had the most experience there, but because no one really knows how to count time in the Pocket Bunkers, they can't really say for certain he has been. They go with that thought just because it's easier to do instead of like agonizing of, okay, but who's actually been here for longest, because again, they have no way of knowing. In truth, it's more like he has the most experience because he's done the most running around, but you could sit in a room and think it's been 10 minutes, and in actuality it would be more equivalent to like 30 years because again, time does not pass, and the time flow between different rooms is also out of sync, which is hard to track. It's the Pocket Bunker is so messy. So messy when it comes to time and knowing about people and finding things. Because yeah, the next person Israel finds is Net, but because Israel is like the person that they go to as the most experienced, or at least the group of people that Israel knows, they go to him because he's the quote-unquote most experienced. They kind of base their perception of time on whatever he's kind of experienced, because it is easier. They need a reference and he becomes a reference. Oh no. Oh, there it is. Yeah, time perception would be messed up. It really is it's taken the sitting in the dark room on a computer with no like clocks to a next level, because you can't even leave the room to find out what the sun's doing. Yeah, exactly. Y'all be you'd be so lost in time. Humans are very bad at keeping track of time. Like, a lot of what people actually do, because we're messy, yeah, exactly. A lot of what people will do in terms of keeping track of time is things like noticing when they're hungry, when they have to go to the bathroom, their circadian rhythms, and then obviously outside references like clocks or the sun. When you take all of those things out, like, no one in the Pocket Bunker needs to eat, sleep, use the bathroom. They do not have a version of the sun. If they want to see sunlight, they will be given a garden, but it's still in the bunker. And the sun never goes down there unless they want it to, so it's like, everything's a mess. They have no clue when time passes. So they have kind of, unanimously elected Israel to be their keeper of time. Though no one has mentioned it, they just all kind of go based on whatever he experiences, because it makes the most sense. He is quote-unquote been there the longest. Yeah, those warnings, yeah, I know. I also don't really experience those very, very frequently, but yeah, it's whatever. When the sun comes out, never. I know, right? It's very funny, yeah. It was a fun concept to think of, and now it's causing me lots of problems when I'm trying to actually create kind of a plot line there. Anyway, yeah, sometimes, because you can choose to go to sleep in the bunker, and you can choose to eat and all that stuff. Like, sometimes Israel will go to sleep, and he'll wake up and go back into a room, and people are, like, exactly where they've still been when he went to sleep, and it's like, I don't know what's been happening for you guys, but it's been a day for me. And so they just have to go with that, because all of them being off time makes things much harder. But yeah, that's what that's about. I started straight up not talking about this, which is very funny. Decommissioned is a reference to the archives, to me putting things in archives. I didn't want to say, because decommissioning, the narrator also mentions being put in the archives. Like, yeah, there's a possibility of going to the archives for Pink if the scribe catches it, but yeah, decommissioning is just being taken out of service completely. They don't get destroyed. The terrible beasts are also a part of hallway lore that has gone down quite a bit of tweaking. They started out in fully a different universe. It was a magical school universe that I was thinking concocting in my brain that didn't get very far because the software I was using to write it completely deleted my second chapter, and I wanted to cry and I never finished it. But the concept of these terrible beasts, which have not until recently not had proper names, but the name they had been going by in my head was Stolen, because I'm original like that. Relatable, yeah. They were these not people. Not in the sense of like the Magnus Archives, not them, though in a lot of me trying to come up with names of them, I kept going back to, oh, not them's pretty cool though. But they, as the description has, what is it? Yeah, they are, God, where is it? Yeah, stock photo, demo reel, sample text. So it's like the idea of whatever it is that is being communicated, which is for the most part humans, but lacking all the things that make them people, like what they are. Are they hot though? No? Question mark? Again, they don't really have definable traits. They're not individuals, so that the things that are individual, like hot people are individuals. Yeah, you gotta have some individual traits to be hot. They literally look like literally everything and anything and possibly nothing. Yeah, they're really interesting for me because they're kind of like an enemy, except they're more like a force of nature. But yeah, that's what those are, and that is the big danger, because you become a Stolen. Again, it's a dumb name. I don't like it. It's stupid. What other names? Because I have a list of what the other names would possibly be. The list is titled Stolen Alt Names. We have Listless, Those Who Sleep Without Dreaming, Stags or Stagnators, because again, stagnation, The Unmade, Strangers, in parentheses, to themselves and others, and Arrogates, because I was looking up definitions of words, and I saw that, and that looked cool, and the definition sort of fit, but I have to... Walking Dead? Not quite. It is less Walking Dead and more Walking Unalive. But Redacted, yeah. Sort of Redacted, but it's more like you, if you were to name them, it'd be one of those like word scramble things. Like, have you ever seen those? It's like a certain number of characters long, but the letters of every single letter switches out for something else, like repeatedly. That's kind of what they look like. Or yeah, what the name would look like. To be clear, Redacted, the character, the me character, is not one of these. Okay, now that I'm thinking about it, technically yes, they are. By all rights, they are the originator of the Stolen. I want to refer to them as stags because I think that's such a funny way to refer to them. So I'm going to refer to them as stags from now on. But yeah, technically, Redacted is the origin of the stags in both meta and canon, technically. But Redacted is not a stag. It's so stupid. God, the way that the meta existence of my stories ties into that canon existence of these stories makes my brain melt. And it is great that I'm sitting down because I think I'd actually pass out. There's too much going on here. Okay, there is a little too much going on here. Oh, and honestly, I was having this problem with like separating meta from canon when I was writing these stories before the council room ever existed. And so now that I'm actually a character in both the meta sense and in the canon sense, it is worse. It is so much worse. I'm having a time. I'm having so much of a time. It's great. I'm having fun. But yeah, the stags are very fun. If they touch you, they can basically undo. They can revert you into the potential that you were. So they can basically unmake all of your choices, all of the things that have happened to you and that you have chosen that make you what you are. They can revert all of those to make them the possibility of said thing. And especially if you're out in the hallway or in a pocket bunker of some type, again, there is no time passing, so you have really no way of regaining any of that. And even if you did have a way of regaining, or even if time did pass and so you could sort of regain that stuff, you can't regain it in the exact same way, because obviously that time, that period of time has already passed for you. And again, it's not like you can go back and replace the you that existed, because it will mess up that entire timeline and it will not follow the same path that yours did, because again, time travel like that doesn't exist. Yeah, they're fun. They're fun. I like them. You also can't kill them because again, they're not like alive. Redacted? No, not quite. It's like a scramble. It's gotta move. It's gotta change. You can't have a static image. Yeah, another thing, there's nothing static about the potential, which is very funny, because saying very funny because it is very much like potential energy, which is, if it's potential kinetic energy, it is literally being static. But whatever. And this ending part happened because while I was writing, more lore came to me, and I was thinking about it, and yeah, like, the stags are drawn to individuality and stuff like that, but why don't they go after the things in the bunkers? Because they are not actual universes, and so they're definitely easier to access for the stolen, which does happen canonically in the Pocket Bunker storyline. Actually, they actually do get in, but like, what stops them from getting in at all times? And it is literally the characters, the PC's ability to just think, like, exist in the rooms that they're in, that creates this actual boundary. The only places where it does get a little bit wishy-washy is in seam lines. So anytime there is a break in the reality, so like doorways are bad. Doorways are very, not bad, but like are quite vulnerable to that, which is why you guys can't stop in the doorways. You kind of have to go all the way through, or you can't go through at all. Because if you don't, I'm just hanging out in the hallway. I dropped the cap of my pen, and I now can't find it. It's a magnet, so I feel like it should be attached to something, but I cannot seem to locate it. Oh no! I will find it later. I don't care to look for it now. Anyway, yeah, you're more, get closer to the mic. You're more vulnerable in the hallways. You're not vulnerable. It's hallways lowercase h. Like the club room hallway. You're not as vulnerable, but it's really the doorways. I do not have water. I do not have water. But yeah, the doorways is where you guys get more vulnerable. And then really anything that is kind of the reason that pink here, where is it? The reason that this is being said, why not? Because I don't have water here, because I drank it all. The reason that this is being said is because the part of individuality that keeps the stolen away, even though they are attracted to individuality, is the constant changing, the re-upping, like the active happening of them, which is why they have so much trouble. The stags have so much trouble getting into actual universes. The archive is a festering, sitting bed of things that had change and uniqueness that are no longer moving. So they very much have the ability to go in there. Also, the archive is mostly used by admins and me, the scribe. We'll say the scribe. Admins, the scribe, sometimes mods. They're the only ones that have the ability to change this area. The area of the archive, which means that it also has more of a connection to outside the council rooms, more of a connection to the hallway. We also mentioned that. Where is it? Yeah, you are out here, you have connection to out here, which means they have access to you. So yeah, outside the hallway, so outside of the walls, which is why that the admins live in the walls, because they're just kind of like skirting around the outside of the created spaces of the council rooms. And yeah, because the scribe is this kind of very important sort of character, or very like powerful changer and creator of the hallway, even though they are like this very individual person who is accessed by the hallway and all that stuff, the stags aren't going to steal from them. Stags aren't going to take things from them, because obviously not. The scribe. The scribe is the only thing that can unmake the stags. So yeah. Also, I don't know if I said this correctly, but I mentioned things kidnapping you, quote unquote, kidnapping you. It's less like kidnapping, more like a portal in your dimensions opened up and you guys went through them, whether by your own choice or not. I think technically, because all of you signed that waiver when y'all entered, it is by choice. But yeah, those were sent there by me, the scribe. Also, for meta reasons, it did draw, like, my streams drew you in. Hey, that's this. You heard the calling and you joined, and you ended up in the council rooms, and now you're stuck here. But that's that on that. That's how that works. But yeah, I think it's fun. I had fun with it. Yeah, and then at the end, throughout this story, we paid entry with blood. Did you? Did you really? Or did you just imagine you paid entry with blood? Because remember, time doesn't exist, so how do you bleed? That's a fun thing. I keep saying fun. I enjoy this. I don't know if you noticed, but I enjoy the things I create. I'm having fun with it. I like it. But yeah, throughout the story, and especially you can notice it around like this part, the narrator, this was before entering. No. You arrived in the welcoming room, and then you paid your entry fee, or you believe you did. You were already there. See, the rules thing has blood? No. You believe it has blood. But does it? Can you bleed? I think that's been a thing we've stated. You can't really bleed in the council rooms. Anyway, You also pay with memories. That's more true. Okay, that's less a thing with you paying the council room in memories, and that's a thing more so from your time traveling through the hallway. Again, it will unmake the things that make you unique, and one of those things is memories, because the hallway and the stags are pretty similar. You can become a stag if you get enough hallway essence into you, taking away parts that are important. So it's not just if the stags kind of like infect you, but it's also from being in the hallway. That can happen. My point is, yeah, somewhere around this part, the narrator starts becoming more sympathetic. Yeah, sure. I'm going to keep explaining this while you type it up. This narrator starts becoming more empathetic to Pink, which is also essentially why the narrator agrees or like says I'll help you, and also why they change to having a point of view. They say I. It's this bit of not just kind of stating things and sussing things out because it's kind of their job and that's what they're doing. It's more where they kind of get curious about what's happening, and so have this thing of personal interest in something, right? Like they have an opinion, and that's what changes things. And also this fear of essentially something that they should never be scared of because it's what they're part of. That's also a thing signaling their change. And then they get afraid and sympathetic and tell Pink to hide because obviously they don't want Pink to get destroyed. They also become worried because obviously now they have individuality, and so the stags should be coming for them as well. But they do have a little bit more protection because of what they are, as opposed to Pink, who is this sort of separate entity. The narrator is kind of integral to the framework of this whole thing, so they have a little bit more protection. Anyway, it's similar to the council in that we're put there without memories. The first ones were me and Debbie. We met up and stayed together, surviving for days, but they disappeared. Ooh, you guys have lore. Very fun. You've given me op on the server, so am I still playing the role that Bridge is playing? Or can I, if I join, can I be redacted? That'd be funny. I think that'd be very funny in MC stuff. Do 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 do. The thing is that beings higher than us put us there. So far I'm saying it's the admins, because they wanted either to study our behavior or to be entertained. Yes, I can add to your lore, because that does fall in line with the, what is it? That falls in line with Team Eagle Eye's lore, because you're also in a world, so I can actually, I can give y'all some bits and bits and bolts and stuff to work with if you want, or you can just kind of come up with things yourselves. But I do like the fact that a lot of things, it seems that I've established a pretty understandable framework, because a lot of this is really falling into line with things that I've already created, I guess, and developed. I'm special. You're both a subject and a vessel for the highest being of all. Yes, that tracks. And all I have for you, you make. That's all I have for you. Make the most of your lore. Yeah, okay. We also don't retain memories. We have memories of things that we experience. on the server, you only have the memories of the things you experience on the server, but nothing else? Question mark? Higher beings move us from place. This is from time to time. Okay. The higher, yeah. It's very fun. It happens when we log out. I see. Yeah. Yeah, I get that. I get that. That's very fun. I like that you guys. This is. I very much enjoy it. This is so very much like. I have a diary of 12 days so far. Ooh. It very much feels like fanfic of something I've created, and it's like. It has always been. It said they would make a diary too. Yeah. It has been a dream of mine to make something that other people get inspired by and think is really cool and make something from. So this is really cool. I'm very happy about it. You guys are so cool. Also, very similar to one of the original versions of the story of Team Eagle Eyes, where Mal, like, this is not what the current story is anymore, because that's been changed and reworked. But Mal started off with a diary. My leg is itchy. But yeah, like a written diary to write down the accounts of everything that they experienced, because sometimes they would literally wake up and not know what happened, or like fully forget the past day that has happened, and so they would check through their diary and see that, oh, they experienced a full thing. Maybe it was a day, maybe it was a week, and they're like, good thing I wrote this down, or else we'd literally have no record of any of this happening. It's like a spin-off for the council, because the server is also called the councils. We log out, we move back to the normal council. Yeah, that can work. You could also, if you wanted to really tie it more into council lore, you could say that the server, the Minecraft server, is a challenge room, because those also canonically exist in this universe. We can't be there for a long time. It's a backup. Black Ops experiment from the admins? Okay. But yeah, you can say it's like, some kind of reoccurring challenge rooms, because that happens, where it's like, it literally puts you in a situation that you have to kind of go about and experience and do things with. And then, once you're done, you go back to just being in the council room. And it could be literally anything, and it could be for any reason. But yeah, you could say that if you wanted to tie it more into actual council lore, because again, if you're going through the doorways, anything could happen to you in those in between times, because it will feel like instantaneously for you, but it doesn't necessarily mean that it's exactly instantaneously. So if we do have some kind of unethical scientist admins hanging around, we could, in between you guys walking through the doors, they could do stuff to you, fully wipe your minds, put you in this challenge room, which is Minecraft server, have you do things, and when you're done, you go back through the door, you get your memories back, you possibly retain memories from your time in the challenge room, and then you're out in the council rooms again. Yeah. Workshopping! Ayy! That's fun. But yeah, that's just how. Yeah, it's really cool, because a lot of what you're saying fits into the rules that have already been established, in my head at least, of what can happen in the council room, which is really like the only obstacles to you guys doing whatever you want. They're like rules that are set of what you're able to do and what is possible, but within those parameters you can kind of do whatever. Like in the challenge rooms, a lot more bets are off. You could have, if you want, you can have superpowers in the challenge rooms. It just does not affect actual, quote-unquote, real life in the council rooms for lore reasons. This is the most lore stream we've had, huh? There's been so much lore. Damn. I think I might be lored out, though. Do you have any other things you want to talk about? Because if not, I'll probably be ending stream, because my brain is melting, both from thinking about all the stuff, and also, it is very hot. It is not even super hot, it just feels very hot. Shame Kai's in here, they can watch the stream VOD if they wanna. If you're tired, you should go rest. Yeah, I probably should. I should probably also do my laundry. We'll see. It's fine. But yeah, rough points for writing time. Damn you. Damn you. Anyway, alright. Woo! Okay, well, then we will be ending the stream here. This was very fun. I really enjoyed I don't know if you noticed, but I enjoy talking about the things that I talk about, that I create, and how it relates to other people and all that stuff, and my own stories. But yeah, if you are here, thank you for coming. If you have stayed with me, thank you so much for staying. That will be all. I will hopefully see you on Tuesday. Rare moment when Bridge actually likes something. Yeah. Yeah, I'll hopefully see you on Tuesday. Goodbye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye-bye.